Welcome to Crystal Theater Presents. I'm your host, Samantha Coolish, and with me is my co-host, David Chiapetta.
Thanks, Sam. I don't know about you, but I'm a little nervous.
Well, this is a different experience for all of us. In Crystal Theater, we're used to performing in front of a live audience, not for the cameras.
A lot of different people have been asking me, what's the show about?
Well, we're basically bringing the community news about the arts and subjects that interest kids.
So, what's on today's show?
Well, we have a special report about summer performing arts programs, and we have a guest appearance by Amy Mariello, who'll be singing for us later on. But now, let's turn to Crystal News Network.
School children in France have their country's long history of strict academic traditions to carry on. Rigorous study of Greek, Latin, long school days and hours of homework at night. But no burden is so heavy as with the burden they carry on their backs. The recommended backpack maximum is 10% of one's body weight, but a recent study found that many carry much more. One sixth grader in Boulogne was found to be carrying 5 books, 1 big notebook, a ring binder, and pens and pencils, a case, a calculator, and a dictionary. Maybe this is why thousands of French students have had to see doctors in the recent years about scoliosis.
What's scoliosis?
Curvature of the spine, but students there don't complain, they claim. Says one student, the reason we go to school is to work.
That's some story, Annie. But maybe if they went to school to learn, they'd figure out a way to avoid lugging and all that heavy weight around, like getting a computer notebook.
Ah, yes, the wonders of technology. What story do you have for us tonight?
I have a report just released from a group called Fight Crime. Invest in Kids. They claim that after-school boredom invites crime. In fact, they say that half of all juvenile crime occurs between 2 and 8 p.m. go on school days. Co-author of the study, Alan Fox, says today teenagers have less supervision and fewer activities to occupy them than earlier generations. According to Fox, they're bored, they're idle, they have too much time on their hands.
Sounds like he's got time for us. I don't know about you, but I'm really busy all the time.
Maybe the answer to the problem is to offer teenagers something we're interested in rather than something they want us to be interested in.
I think you're onto something there, Madeline. Thanks for the report.
Welcome to Crystal News Network, news and commentary of, for, and by the young citizen. I'm David Chiapetta.
And I'm Samantha Coolish. Just for the clarification for the audience, since this is our first report, debut if you will, what is a young citizen?
I'm glad you asked that, Sam. I guess I am, since I'm young and a citizen.
So kind of like a senior citizen, just a young citizen, right?
Right, Sam.
But tell me, is there an AAYP yet?
Maybe, but I think not. Maybe there should be, but... So what's the news this week?
The big story is the Oyster Festival.
That's right, Sam, and it looks like it was successful this year. They had beautiful weather and the people came in droves.
Was there anything of interest to us young citizens?
Well, we sent our 2 most intrepid reporters, Bryce Bishop and Brandon Farley. Let's see what they have to say.
Thanks, Dave and Sam.
Here we are at the Oyster Festival.
Oh, that's Washington Street, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess what we're saying here, we were wrong about the attendance. I understand they did pretty well this year, attendance-wise.
Yeah, I guess we were just early.
Is that a shot of Vets Park?
Yeah, this is the bridge. We were really hoping it didn't open because it opens, cameraman falls, we lose the camera.
True.
And the tape.
So where are you heading now?
Now we're just checking out the band.
What band was playing?
We have no idea.
Okay.
Our cameraman
Very
just told
old
us to
band.
dance. We thought he was an idiot.
we, of course, ignored him.
Yeah, walked
His
away.
exact words were,
And
"Me down."
it looks like you're headed to
What is that?
the ID station where you go to get an ID for beer.
You guys gonna get beer?
Yeah.
No.
Just
well,
checking out
we're-
the security.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
We're just checking out the security, of course.
We had to, you know.
The woman's looking at you like you guys are crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
I think she had a few beers.
yeah.
And now you guys are headed towards the Norwalk Firefighter potatoes, stuffed potatoes.
Yeah,
It was great.
it was the potatoes were pretty good, but they were about $3.50, which was a little steep.
Yeah.
At least it was for a good cause.
Bryce was a little heavy on the bacon bits too.
Hey, those were good.
Yeah, but
Why potatoes? Oh, here.
And you guys are interviewing a policeman now?
Yes, while I'm eating, which is probably not good. But we of course had to interview the police.
So what did you ask him?
Well, the best question was, should be right here. That if he likes donuts.
What did he say?
Well, he said he likes bagels and beer, of course.
Oh.
But
just
we
in
didn't believe him, of course.
oh no, too much of that beer.
And now it looks like you guys are at
The
the
baseball.
fastball tent.
Yeah,
Oh
we're at
yeah,
the
it
fastball.
was set up by the Norwalk Hospital.
Yeah, it was a pretty worthy cause. Of course, my pitch was, of course, faster than Brandon's.
I was having a bad day, you know. It was early in the morning. It
And
happened.
I asked
what did
him-
your total scores come into?
Mine was 49 miles per hour.
That's pretty good.
Mine was 42. I can pitch 53.
Now, where are you guys? What is this?
Oh,
Where'd you head off to now?
oh, this is
Virtual skateboarding.
yeah, yeah. Of course, I just did my rail slide, but this was the bad part when I hit the wall. But you know,
Damn.
Ooh.
oh yeah, I like that sound. It goes ow.
Yeah, he wasn't too good at this.
Well, you weren't any better.
I was too.
Okay.
Karate.
So now you looks like you're watching some karate.
Oh yeah, the woman just kicked the board.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh,
And the guy in red, we interviewed him later, found out he was Kramer's brother.
Oh my God! Really?
Nice touch of sense of humor there. And now it looks like you guys are at the underground half pipe.
Yeah. Well, here we are interviewing two young citizens at the Oyster Festival.
Yep.
So what about this?
They like the food.
Yeah, no food poisoning this year.
Oh, that's good.
That was awesome.
And this was Teddy Moynihan and Alexander Killifer.
Yep. Interesting interview. They talked about the smoothies.
Oh, this was the backyard circus. And
This is the part where we took a try on the rope ladder.
I was, of course, better than Brandon.
Seems like you're
I
better
think not.
than Brandon at a lot of things here.
Of course.
Oh,
I am.
I told you I had a bad day.
What are you saying?
I was telling him that I was going
I
to be
couldn't
him.
talk at all. My mouth was full.
All right,
of
this
that
was my
candy
try.
apple. Here we go.
Like I said, I had a
Just
bad
flip
day.
over right now. High up there.
All right, okay, yeah.
Flip
Okay.
over.
Well, you know, it
He was
happens.
very clumsy.
I don't think anybody won that one.
I did.
Here's Bryce.
Here we go. Yeah, up there.
Bryce was good. Yeah, he
Yeah, got back.
till the part when he
Oh,
fell.
thanks a lot.
There he goes.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, there he goes.
I don't remember it happening.
How it
happening
happens.
like that.
It, you know,
It looks like you guys are headed to the kiddie slides.
Oh, it wasn't
Kitty
kiddie.
slides.
Kitty
No,
slides.
these things were very dangerous. They
Oh
went.
yeah,
They went
we had
very
to check it
fast.
out.
And here we are
It
racing.
was pretty high too.
Put the sunglasses. What are you, the Men in Black?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a sunny
Well,
day.
see, I beat
Even
him
though the
again.
clouds were out, but
I
you
beat
know.
him.
No, I was beating you by the first bump. I just lost speed. You know, it happens.
So
Oh,
what
I
you're
didn't
saying is I
know
beat
that.
you.
And now it seems like you're at a duck. All right.
Well,
Well, yeah.
It looks like you certainly had a good time.
Yeah, my mother worked there at New England Brewing Tent. My aunt Marcia King owns New England Brewing, so.
Thanks for your report. Excellent job, guys.
Thank you
A
very
great
much.
story. Thanks our most intrepid reporters, Bryce Bishop Holland and Brandon Farley.
You boys also have a report about a local artist. Could you tell us about that?
I read that a local artist painted a great mural for row 8 in school.
That's right, Dave. And we sent our 2 intrepid reporters to check it out. Let's see what they have to say.
Hi, Sam and Dave. Yeah, we went to a local artist, Carl Good's house in Rowayton, and we got to see his mural.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The mural was 32 feet long and 8 feet high. Here's the
Recently
story.
mural at Rowayton for kids at Rowayton School.
Just get a wide shot of his
Right
house
here
and
in his front yard.
over here's the easel he used.
That's where they
It
all
used to be
came.
a swing, but the 2 chains, he hooked up
Trees
the
as
big boards to the
an easel.
chains and paint from the
and
ground,
stuff like that. We're about
Or,
to if you
ladder.
get later.
if necessary.
How long did it take him to complete the mural?
What gave you the inspiration to work on this mural?
The inspiration was basically a bunch of parents coming up and going, how'd you like to do a mural for the school? It's like, a mural? I've never been asked to do a mural before. It's like, a mural, you know, I usually work on, you know, paintings. This was big.
So, how long did it take you to do this?
It took all summer, and it's one of these situations where you say yes to something, and you don't really realize how much it's really going to involve at the very beginning. You go, gee, that sounds fun. I think, what? Yeah, okay, I'll do the mural, and then 300 hours later, and you're still out there painting this mural. It's a huge project. It was never tedious. As a matter of fact, I kind of miss it because it was fun sort of waking up in the early morning and coming out here and painting while everybody was asleep or going, you know, late at night and then art project to play with, you know. So,
did you do this all by yourself, or did you have any help with the...
I'd love to be able to say I did it all by myself because I have this huge ego, you know.
Yeah.
But I actually don't have. Oh yeah, of course. But no, I could never have done this by myself, and it was much more fun sharing it because there were a lot of people that helped on this mural, and about 20, 30 people, 15 people. Some people would drop by and paint for a couple of hours or an hour and go. Their kids would come. But people in this neighborhood, like Marilyn Lawrence and her family, Abigail and Michelle, across the street, and the Lepetiches here, they all painted, and it seemed like every morning I'd be out there painting, and all of a sudden Marilyn Lawrence would show up from across the street and say, "Need help?" And it was like, oh, thank God. Yeah. She was just the best. She lived on this mural.
So do these, can you get a shot of them here? These are real handprints?
Yeah, as people work, some are really little handprints and some are really big handprints because little and big people worked on this mural. I think the youngest person that worked on the mural was 3, and the oldest person who worked on the mural, well, we won't get into that. So big people and little people, and when they finished working on the mural, they would put their handprints on the bottom, and it was sort of their way of signing the mural.
It's right here. Go ahead.
Well, this is the entire mural. This is a printout of what I did is I took pictures of each panel, and each panel is a sheet of plywood. So this girl here is almost life-size, and I scanned each photograph into the computer, and then I stitched them together electronically to sort of put the whole mural together, and then I printed it out in color. Because really, this is 32 feet long. This is if I stood up next to one of these panels, and I'm 6'4", I would only be this tall. So it's a very big mural. And
okay, here's the two.
Carl also created the 12th Night poster for this year's Shakespeare on the Sound.
And the one for last year, Much Ado About Nothing. They were totally computer painted.
That's great. Well, thanks for joining us.
Sounds like you had a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was lots of fun.
It was great.
We'll hope to see you on other stories very soon.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome to the variety section of our show. Here we have Amy Mariello from Stanford who will be singing Home from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, I made the choice. For Papa I will stay. But I don't deserve to lose my freedom in this way. You monster. If you think that what you've done is right, well then you're a fool. Think again. Is this home? Is this where I must learn to be happy? Never dreamed forever were words so true. My heart's far, far away, home is true. Is this home? Is this what I must learn to believe in? Try to find something good in this tragic place, just in case I should stay here forever, held in this empty space. Oh, but that won't be easy. I know the reason why. My heart's far, far away, home's alive. What I'd give to return to the life that I knew lately, and to think I complained of that dull provincial town. Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from the world until who knows when. Oh, but then, as my life has been altered, once it can change again. Build higher walls around me, change every lock and key. Nothing lasts, nothing holds all of me. My heart's far, far away, home and
Now, how old are you?
I'm almost 15.
And when did you learn you had a great voice?
Well, I've been singing since I was a real little kid, so I've always just loved to sing, and that's all.
Now you're going to pursue this?
Yeah, I really want to go to Broadway.
Yeah,
That's what I want to do.
that's great. Well, thank you, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Performing Arts section of our program. Here I have Stephanie Fromenton. And how old are you?
I'm 14 years old and I'm a sophomore at Newark High School.
Great. And we have a clip from a show.
Mother Jones, I did it at Creative Summer this past summer.
Great. Okay, let's roll it. And here we have Jessica Peterson. And how old are you?
I'm 16 and I'm a junior at Norwalk High.
And we have a monologue that you have performed. Where did you perform this?
I performed it with Peter Scalar at the workshop Beginnings.
Great. Okay, let's roll it.
About what it'd be like when she goes on her first date. I know I did. I mean, specific daydreams, like Kurt Andrews would call me, and when I say hello, he'd say, I think you're the most beautiful girl in the world, and I hope you will do me the honor of attending the harvest dance with me. I can tell you what I thought would happen when I did the dance, too. Kurt would bring me flowers, not ordinary flowers, something unusual, something exquisite, like a bouquet of tiger lilies or a nosegay of violets with baby orchids. He'd help me with my coat and open the door of his Porsche for me, and while we drove to the dance, we'd engage in a scintillating conversation on a variety of topics. I could tell you what I thought would happen at the dance, but perhaps you'd like to hear what really happened on my first date. To begin with, it wasn't Kurt Andrews who called. It was Herbert McFish. This was something of a surprise. surprised since I tried to avoid Herbert whenever possible. He called and said, "This is Herbert. Want to go to the movies Friday night?" And I said, "You mean with you?" And he said, "Of course it'd be with me, stupid. Why do you think I'm calling you up?" At this point, I had a decision to make. Did I really want the experience of going on a date badly enough to let the date be with Herbert? I did. Not only did his father drive us, his mother rode along. She asked me so many questions. Herbert and I didn't have time for a scintillating conversation. The movie was terrible. A senseless plot with lots of blood and violence. I went to the bathroom twice, just so I wouldn't have to watch. When we left the theater, his parents were double parked in front outside. His mother got out and shouted and waved, "Herbie, over here!" She had rollers in her hair. Oh, I devoutly prayed that no one I knew could see me. When the ride home was mercifully over, Herbert walked me to the front door. I lied and said I had a wonderful time. In my daydreams, her aunts always kissed me goodnight. Herbert couldn't, not with his parents watching us. I was glad about that. There are some experiences I simply don't want to have, not even if I get to tell my friends.
Thank you, Jessica. And lastly, we have Jennifer Van Busker. And how old are you?
I'm 14, and I'm a freshman at Norwalk High.
And we have a clip of you in a recent production of
Mother Jones, the same one Steph was in.
I see. And can we see that?
Stuck at the crossroads, which way to turn? Looks like we still have some lessons to learn. Should we step forward into the unknown? That's a decision we all make. Standing before a map of our fate, choose a direction before it's too late. Has the battle been lost or can it be won? Will we be plagued by things left undone? Stepping out into the unknown, it's very different than being thrown into the future by fate's heavy hand. When you step out, you're taking a stand. It takes more courage to move on your own than to just follow a path you've been shown. Will I take my chance to stand in the sun or be a victim of things left undone?
Thank you, Jen. That was great. Now that we've seen a little of what you can do, tell me, what was the name of the workshop you attended?
Beginnings.
See, and describe a typical day there.
Well, we would get up and we would go to this area where the instructors would lead us in some warm-ups, just a few exercises to get us ready for the day. And then we'd go to breakfast, and after we're done eating, we would hear announcements about the day. And then we'd go off to our classes. And at the end of the day, we'd all meet back at our cabins and get ready for dinner and go to dinner. And then after dinner, sometimes we'd have special events. Like we had some casting directors talk to us, and we had a movie one night.
Wow.
And we had a campfire where the instructors performed for us. It was a lot of fun.
It's great. And so these classes were mostly acting classes, right?
Yeah.
Now, in what way was the experience valuable to you?
It taught us like a great deal of self-confidence and self-respect, and taught us to not be shy on stage and to just put out and not be afraid.
See. And do you think you've improved as actresses?
I think we all have, because all the people when we were there, you knew everyone was there for the same reason, so nobody was afraid to get up in front of we had a showcase run through before we actually did the showcase, and we did it in front of the whole workshop, and I don't think anyone was really nervous because we'd gotten so close to all the people that they really helped build our self-esteem, so that helped us.
Now, was it difficult being away from home? A little bit.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because it was, how many days were you there?
10 nights and 11 days.
Wow. So it was about like almost more than a week. So.
Yeah.
So what was the most fun about going to Peter Sklar's?
I think, well, my favorite class was an improv class,
Uh-huh.
and I liked it because it was a lot of fun, and you just got to be as nuts as you wanted to be.
No one cared what you acted like, which
Yeah.
was really great because sometimes when you're around people that you're
Yeah.
friends with, you don't want to put out as much as you can, but there it was like you didn't care what people thought of you. You just did whatever you
Yeah,
wanted.
and plus you wouldn't see the people again, probably.
Yeah, so it didn't matter if they hated you anyway.
Well, thank you guys for coming on to on the show.
Thank you.
And don't forget to tune in next week as we premiere our soap opera, No Motive, No Alibi. Thank you for tuning in.
They had decided that they could, after watching the programs that we do at Rogers School, they had decided that they also could do the program using interns that they had. And so they have several interns that go out to 7 different schools using materials that they purchase, but they're the same materials that we've used in the SEC program.
Well, I think we're running out of time. But by just scratching the surface, I'd like to thank Barbara Harrington, Ron Perkins, and Pat McIntyre for just beginning to introduce us to the exciting work of Science Education Center. This is Connie McCreary saying good night until next time for Darien Dateline.
Welcome to Crystal Theater Presents.
In our news division, Crystal News Network.
Television's only program dedicated to our young citizens.
And produced of, for, and by we, young citizens.
So what's on today's show?
Tonight we have our boat show. Did you know that Norwalk's boat show is the largest on the East Coast? But first we have a story about the Beach Brigade.
Covering this story, we have Lucy Demerly and Christine Chilikis.
Thanks, Sam. That's right. September 20th was International Coastal Cleanup Day. Over 250,000 people worldwide pitched in to help clean up the Earth's shoreline. In our local area, cleanups took place at Sherfield Island, Shady Beach, and Sherwood Island.
Why would someone want to throw garbage on our beautiful beaches?
I'm not sure, Dave, but Wilfred Babaloni says, I think people get a little careless, particularly when they pack up after a nice day on the beach. It's amazing that people use the sand as a refuse container.
Exactly what do people throw on the beach?
Most of the garbage is plastic, says Peggy Van Patten, who is state coordinator of the cleanup. She says the debris is harmful because it hurts birds and fish who swallow it and then get sick, and also swimmers and animals and boat propellers become entangled in it.
Not to mention that it looks so disgusting. Unfortunately, our 2 reporters could not cut through the boat show traffic.
Yes, unfortunately that's correct, but our intrepid cameraman got through and filmed the story.
Dinosaur Day! Yeah. Wait, don't use your bare hands, honey. You don't have gloves on. There's this one. Yeah? And then the green one, see?
What kind of garbage you finding? Anything interesting?
A lot of balloon cases.
And I found an
straws, lots of cigarette butts.
Balloon cases?
Pieces.
Oh.
Strings. Plastic cups, plastic lids, rubber bands.
Any disposable bottles? I guess not.
We had a
Is there a place where you're bringing all the garbage, or is this it?
No, what we do is we collect it and then we inventory. So it all has to be written down on these cards.
And you're inventorying it, so what? So you can...
So that all these cards get sent to the Marine Debris Inventory. And then they collate it from all over the country and all over the world. And they can tell what kinds of things need to be eliminated. And that's how they got biodegradable rings for the Coke cans, you know, those round rings?
Yeah, I remember
They
that.
sent a letter and they told the companies how many birds they'd found caught in them and how dangerous they were, and they made them biodegradable now.
Well, that's good. Technology is part of the answer.
Yeah.
In addition to awareness.
Yep, and there's a lot less plastic. There's really a lot less plastic foam. This card was responsible for 20 feet, and most of the things they found were balloons.
That seems to be a little odd to me. Balloons. It must have been some kind of festivity or something, yeah.
184 cigarette butts.
Well, the beach is a nice ashtray.
Yes. No glass. We have one bottle.
So girls, I guess the answer to the beach garbage problem is to send millions of little Girl Scouts scurrying around picking up trash, right?
Not really, but these events build awareness to the problem, and hopefully people will gradually litter less.
And remember, this especially applies to you, Dave. When you party, don't forget to pick up your balloons when you're done.
I'll try to remember that, Sam.
Kelly has a little story for us tonight.
And it's certainly okay by us, too.
Okay, here it is, and it's about the word okay. Did you know it's the most widely used word in America? But where did it come from? I came across this in Reader's Digest. For those who don't know what Reader's Digest is, it's only the most widely circulated magazine in the world. They reprint shorter versions of stories and articles taken from other magazines. Anyway, they have a story there reprinted from Executive Speechwriter Newsletter about the origin expression of okay, and here's the gist of it. Back in 1840, nicknames were a big thing. Everyone had to have a nickname. At that time, Martin Van Buren was running for president. They nicknamed him Old Kinderhook because he was from the town of Kinderhook in Columbia County, New York. His supporters in New York City formed a club in his honor called the OK Club. Whenever Van Buren gave a speech, they'd shout, "Okay, okay." Van Buren lost the election, but okay became the most commonly used word in America today.
Okay, Kelly, that was just about okay.
Let's not overdo it, Dave. And in keeping with the aquatic theme of tonight's show, we sent our 2 most intrepid reporters to check out the boat show.
That's right, Sam. We did the 22nd annual Norwalk International In the Water Boat Show, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was sponsored by the National Marine Manufacturers Association, and they said 30,000 people went to see more than 750 boats there, ranging from 10-foot inflatables to 50-foot luxury yachts.
Were any of those people buying them?
I didn't see any sales personally. The prices were a little steep, especially for me.
I think there was a whole lot dreaming going on than buying.
Well, let's see the tape.
Here we are going in.
How much did it cost?
$7 for an adult, $3 if you were under 12.
Little
Now, wait a
steep
minute.
for you, right, Bryce?
Wait a minute.
Of course, I'm a cheapie.
If you're not an adult and you're not under 12, how much do you pay?
Still $7. And yes, something doesn't seem fair about that.
Looks like snack time.
We had to start off the day with a little fortification. I had a popcorn cider and popcorn and cider.
I had some clam chowder. Crystal Theater gave us some expense account, $20 to spend. Here's just watching. Where do you,
Looks
I'm
like
not
you guys
sure where
are
he is now.
looking at the boats.
Oh yeah, those were the boats. They had some really nice boats there.
Okay.
Where are you guys now?
Here's where you can go to borrow some money to buy a boat.
Yeah, but they would only lend you money if you had money.
As you can see, of course, we were rejected.
Yeah, I don't know where they thought we were from.
Mars, right?
Yeah, probably Mars.
Something like that. There's the cigarette boats. They go about 300, 400.
Yeah, really fast.
And what is that? What do you guys have right now?
Those are all knife sheaths. Okay, here's the
Yeah,
knives,
yeah, the
tactical knives. Most of these are used for, the reason they're at the boat show is most of them are used for cutting lines.
Now,
or
is there an
sails.
age to buy these knives?
Depends on what kind of knives you
Do you have
have.
to be of a certain age?
Usually not. Depends on what kind there is. If you're like a minor, you can't.
Yeah, those were the fishing poles.
Okay.
Gee, those look nice.
Yeah, wooden fish.
Oh,
Like we said, they just about have everything.
The inflatable boats over there were the cheapest boats there.
How? Oh, really? How much?
Well, they start about 2,500.
Yeah, those were the nice boats right there. We got to sit in them and we went down below.
Looks like you're giving those boats a thorough go-over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's our cameraman talking to us.
And they
He
had-
talks too much.
Yeah, they had a bathroom, the kids into a shower, everything.
Looks like they had nice boats there at the boat show.
Yeah, we were gonna live there if we could.
Yeah, stay overnight, sneak in,
They kicked us out twice. We almost stayed in there, but
almost.
How much is this one?
We look for more. Look in those boats.
Do you remember any of the names of the boats?
Brandon's trying to comprehend something.
I was all left out. Bryce just left.
Poor Brandon.
There's my,
They had things over there that converted into a bed.
Oh, yeah.
Where
And
Brandon's sitting.
Yep.
Now,
Here's some more boats.
what's this boat?
Boats.
So you guys don't remember any of the names?
They didn't have any names.
They
Oh,
were
well,
just
not yet
selling
at
them.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't
exactly.
sold.
We didn't want to go in those. They don't look too good.
Hey, you guys are going back to food again?
Yeah, it's about lunchtime,
Bryce is always hungry, right?
of course.
They had a lot to choose from, I'm telling you that.
Here we are at the Japanese thing. They didn't have anything I wanted. No sushi whatsoever. It's good.
So what'd you
And
guys
you had
finally
some
decide
big
on?
decisions to make, huh?
Yeah, we had cheesesteak grinders for $6. They were big, but
Generally not worth it.
we're still seem to be at the Japanese thing.
There they are. Bryce is
And
getting
now
his.
you're
Now-
at...
Getting the thing. We're gonna have to
Cheese
slow this
steaks.
down. We're
There
buying
you are.
cheese
There's
steaks.
all the
cash.
money.
Okay.
More boats, I see.
Yeah,
They
we
call
were
it the
checking
boat
these
show.
out.
Bryce is
And
probably
again, I
messing.
think our
He told you probably
cameraman
dinner.
is talking to us. There's a trifoil over there, smaller thing like a catamaran, goes pretty fast.
Wow.
Do you know approximately or about how fast?
No, depends on how many knots of wind you have.
So it looks like this guy bought his boat and sailing away.
Into the sunset. How romantic, right, Dave?
Oh God,
Dave answered.
big yacht. The seat was
Okay.
was a little too far from the steering wheel. For about 1.25 million. You'd think that would be adjustable.
Oh, yeah, that was my favorite boat.
Oh, definitely. It had like 2 beds, a twin bunk bed for the crewmen.
Bryce is looking around and wants to steal it.
I got in trouble for playing with the nautical equipment up here.
Of course, Bryce.
Shush. I knew how to use it.
Over here, this is the remote control sailboats.
Yeah, it was a little race. They were actually they were actually made to use wind. But
Yeah.
if you can watch, you'll see the rudder moving back and forth.
Sculling is illegal, though.
Yeah. Wow, Dave, how'd you know that? How long have you been sailing?
Yeah, the kids were racing now.
Doesn't look like there's much wind, though.
No. There was a lot of downwind, but not much going up.
So did you guys enter this race? Like, did you?
Nah,
No.
we were just watching, looking at the other boats.
We had to get out of there.
Yeah. What? This boat was like, what is that, a shoe? I mean, like, what kind of boat is that?
Yeah, it's a shoe. Some kind of sales promotion, but it looked real.
Oh, and back to the video games, of course,
Of
right?
course, yeah. I should have beaten him. The thing wasn't working. It was broken. It was defective.
Of course, Bryce.
Well, looks like you guys did another good job.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, we had lots of fun.
And it might as well be you guys, right? Thanks, guys. Great story.
Oh my God, that was stupid. Yeah, Dave, so how long have you been sailing?
It was the line. Tonight, I want to welcome our guest artist, Sharifa King. And what will you be singing for us tonight?
I will be singing Out Here on My Own from Fame. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone, out here on my own. We're always proving who we are, always reaching for that rising star to guide me far and shine me home, out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through. Help me need you. Until the morning sun appears, making light of all my fears. I dry the tears I've never shown, out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through. Help me need you. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am. Do I fit in? I may not win, but I can be thrown out here on my own. 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 On home.
That was beautiful, Sharifa. We're just going to ask you a couple questions. Now, what was your first role you played in a musical?
My first role that I played in a musical was Bunny Sue in the musical Bunny Sue, and that was at Rowayton Elementary School. I was in 2nd grade.
And how old were you?
I was 7 years old at that time.
Was it fun playing a bunny?
Well, at the time I think it was, but I don't know. I don't think it's something I would like to do now.
Now, you've done a lot of shows since then, right?
Yes.
Could you name some of them?
Oh, well, Ellis Island, Mother Holly, Spinning Tail, Maccabees, Snow Queen, not a Midsummer Night's Dream, and something. I have done a lot.
Wow. Well, we have a clip from you from Ellis Island.
Speak English? Apparently. Excuse us, Mom. It's just that we've never seen a person with black skin before. Well, now you have. What do you think? I think it's very unusual. I see. Boys, don't be bothering the ladies. Please excuse them. It's no bother, really. Have you come to live in America, then? I've come to join my husband who's working here. They sent you to this terrible island because my daughter walks with a crutch. Oh, that's a shame it is. Where are you from, then? Guadeloupe. It's an island in the Caribbean Ocean. It sounds like a lovely place. It is. Well, we'll be looking into your children. I hope your island is not as good as this one. It's not. It's nothing like this island.
Sharifa.
I'm sure that performance helped Crystal Theater win the Moss Art Award for Youth Theater. Was that difficult performing with a French accent?
No, I didn't find it difficult at all. I just did it.
Now, how'd you prepare for that role?
Well, first of all, I had to study the role, you know. I read through it. I had to understand where she was coming from and just the kind of difficulty she was having at the island, going through Ellis Island.
We have another clip from last December's production of The Snow Queen. You played the title character. Now, how was that different from other roles you've performed before that?
Well, the Snow Queen, she was more of an older woman. She was wiser. She was very and she was mysterious. You know, she wasn't like I usually play like the little girl kind of thing, but she was very strong.
Come closer, gaze into my eyes now. Come, let the power take over your heart. Come closer, look into my eyes now. Come, let cold reasoning now play its part. Come, let the power of logic surround you. Under its spell, how the world will astound you. Come from the passions of life, it will ground you. Come, spend forever with me, now I found you. Come to my castle where time never changes. Deep in its walls that for life in exchanges. Come, live forever, your ties you must sever. Oh,
You sound like an opera singer. Now, Have you ever sung opera before?
Yes, I've sung opera with the Crystal Theater Opera, and I've done many shows with them. I've done Bastian and Bastiana. I played the Magic Flute. I played the Three Spirits, and I also played in, I'm doing one now.
Now, as you said, you're currently working on opera for kids. Who do you play in that?
I'm playing the Grandmother and Mother and Little Red Riding Hood.
And Little Red Riding Hood will be performed at Roosevelt Senior Center on November 1st at 7:30. And 2 shows at Sunday, 1 and 2:30.
Thanks for being with us tonight. We look forward to seeing you in Little Red Riding Hood this November.
Having me.
And now it's time for our continuing story, titled No Motive, No Alibi.
To refresh your memories, the story began at the luxury home of the great movie star Crystal Cutthroat,
Where the cast of the movie, Mutant Jungle Queen, was celebrating the movie's near completion. Just then, the lights went out, and a shot was heard.
Sounds exciting, Sam. Let's see what happens.
What's going on here?
I don't know yet.
Oh my God! Somebody call the police. Crystal's been shot.
Oh God.
Oh no! Crystal, darling, my darling wife, please speak to me.
Mommy! Mommy! Please, Mommy, dearest, get up! Get up! She always did love me most. Did not. Did too. Did not. Did too.
She was always one of my favorite customers.
Where am I ever gonna find another mutant jungle queen?
Won't somebody please, please do something?
Yes, this is an emergency. Get me Detective Jones.
Good evening. My name is Detective Jones. I came immediately when I received your telephone call.
Please come in, Inspector.
Thank you. All right. Who would like to tell me what happened here tonight? Quiet. Quiet down, please. I can't hear you when you all speak at the same time. You, what was your relationship with the deceased?
My name is Bev. Bev Rubenstein. I've been Crystal psychiatrist for many, many years. I'd like to be of help. But unfortunately, I didn't see anything. I was in the bathroom at the time, searching for an aspirin. I had a splitting headache, Detective. Would you believe the cupboard was empty?
You mean to say the medicine cabinet was completely bare?
Yes! And when I got there, the cupboard was bare.
Thank you.
Detective Jones, I'm Mindy. I'm so upset. I'm Crystal's little sister. I still can't believe this happened. I loved her so.
Yes, Mindy, I can see that.
Excuse me, Detective. Might I use the phone? You see, I'm a reporter from the National Inquisitor, and I need to make an important story.
No. Nobody can use the telephone or do anything until this place has been completely dusted for fingerprints. Where is the telephone?
Well, that's odd. It was right here a minute ago. I used it myself to call you.
Are you saying that someone has moved the telephone since you last used it?
Yes, Inspector. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Does anyone have any idea of who might have taken the telephone?
No.
All right, please, only speak unless you're spoken to. Please don't speak unless you're spoken to. There's more going on here than meets the eye. You, do you have any information about what might have happened here tonight?
Detective, you can call me Charlotte. I've been in Miss Cutthroat's employment for 11 years, and I've seen lots of strange behavior. I don't know what's going on here tonight, but I do know that if these walls could talk, they'd have plenty tales to tell about the grand Miss Cutthroat and her kind.
Someone here knows more than he or she is letting on. And I won't rest until I've gotten to the bottom of it.
All-Star Racing and Ryan.